For like Golden Age is the name of my studio. Like I like when I was growing up, Naughty Dog is still a significant like studio, obviously making like shit like the Last of Us and whatnot. But they started off, they made like Crash Bandicoot, right? And that was for us when we were maybe like 5 or 6.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the last podcast,
Yeah.
how perfectly they grew with their audience.
Yeah, I really like that philosophy, so I want to do that. So our first game's real like targeted towards we have like a dual audience that we're going for. We're going to go for like our main demographic is like 13 to 30, kind of like similar to what Ratchet and Clank would be. But then our secondary audience are going to be like the kids and like the younger brothers and sisters that will play it as a byproduct of their older siblings or their parents playing it. But then as we grow as a studio, we want to then use that secondary audience and make that our primary audience. Yeah. So our next game will be a little bit more mature in its content. A bit more like, just everything will be catered to that secondary demographic. So by the time there's 7
such
to
a
13.
4D chess you have to play, when you're thinking about like all that kind of stuff. It's crazy that you got to think about your audience in like 20 years.
Yeah. Well, it's
all
more,
the best studios probably do.
Well, it's more like 5 years, right? So like we can think 20 years ahead if we want, but that's a bit ahead of the game because we don't know what they want.
New technology as well.
Exactly right. But that's kind of like the ballpark. So I've started working on new concepts for the next game that we'll be making. That's looking pretty cool.
Have you, like, when you doing all this, like making the game and shit, is it hard because the new technology's coming out every year, new technology like and new like engines and all that? So like, do you have to kind of go back to the drawing board every year and see what you can improve on the game?
Yes and no. Like I wouldn't see it as it's not at a detriment. It's a good thing. Yeah. Like,
or like, you wouldn't obviously be using any technology like Unreal Engine 5 or anything in your
not for
game.
We're using Unity in this one. If we were to do like a 3D game, which is probably what we want to do for the next one, we'll probably move over to Unreal Engine. Yeah. Just because it's designed.
The shit that they're doing in that fucking engine at the moment is crazy. Insane.
It's crazy because like previously you had limitations of like how much detail you could have in like a model. That was one of the limitations of the engine. So it's done by like triangles essentially. It's a bunch of triangles that make up these things. These like they're called polygons. There used to be limitations within the engine to how many like polygons you can have in a certain scene or whatever. That's now not an issue. So you don't have any limitations in regards to how much information you can have. Yeah,
they did that tech demo. Did you watch the tech demo of Unreal Engine in the train when they were in that?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God, man! I had to be like, it's getting weird because it's like, is that a game? Or is that a pre-rendered like image, or is that real? Because it looks so fucking real. Because it's mostly the lighting, I think. Because of that, is it the Lumen? Lumen or whatever that they got now?
New lighting system.
It's like a real-time lighting system. It's fucking insane.
But it'd be interesting, right? Because like back in the day, you play like the fucking Harry Potter game on PS1, you'd be like, fuck, how can it? You can't get much better than this.